That's cool turning doorknob, isn't it? Yeah, cool. Sliding doors like that. The doors that could slide up, to the left, to the right, stuff like that. First off, I gotta give thanks to Retro Master WoW for creating these sliding doors. I'll leave the script in the description of this video, a download link to the script, if you want to copy and paste it from a notepad for yourself. So, if we look at it, I'm going to explain how it works. Step 1, this script does all the work for us. So, if you have all the things inside a group, you will have the things for this sliding door part. So, make sure this is all for the sliding door. Make sure that you just have the sliding door inside a group alone. Don't put anything else in there because it will screw it up. It'll confuse the scripts. So, yeah, make sure it's in a group so that script knows that everything beneath it is what it needs to work. Yes, if that makes sense. So, step 1 is D1. What is D1? D1 is this part right here, the actual visual part. The visual part that's going to be moving, the door that's going to be moving. Second is where it's going to go, which is G1. So you can rotate G1. G1 is the invisible part of where it's going to go. So if you wanted to create G1, this is how you create G1. You paste this, you bring this up to here, you call this copy of D1 G1. And this is basically going to tell, the script's going to tell D1 to go to G1. Now we're gonna turn this invisible because we do not want to see this. This is going to be invisible, okay? Basically, that's going to tell it where to go. But wherever you move this G1 is where D1 will go whenever the script starts. So if you wanted it to go over here, it would go over here. Next, how do you make the activator? So whenever you walk up to it, it moves. How do you make it do that? Well, you have this thing called a detector, which is another invisible box which the player cannot touch. Now, I'm going to do that to D1 too. I'm going to turn off collision for both of these, because these are invisible to the player, and you don't want the player to be able to interact with these. But the detector, as you see, whenever the player gets in this invisible detector, it will then activate the script and activate the sliding motion. So you could expand this, or you could move this so that it's only over here. So we could have it so that it only activates if over here is stepped on, which could create some interesting byproducts. You could create some interesting activation methods, if I say so myself. So as you see, the detector is over here. So now it will not activate if you're over here. It would only activate if I'm over here, as you see. So you get it. If the player is inside the detector, it activates. If the player isn't, then it doesn't activate. Now the player has to be moving inside the detector for it to actually work. So the player is just standing still. Nothing should happen, and it will stop. Yep. So, but most of the time, I just recommend you put the detector near the actual door. So yes. Now you can expand this or you can shrink it. If you want them to have to be very close to the door, then go ahead, do that. So they have to be very close to the door to activate this door. So now let's test it again. Yes. Nice. I like that. Yes, so that's about it. That's me explaining it. Now I'm gonna rotate that back. As you see, it should stop rotating now. It only rotates like 180 or... yeah, 180 I think. Yeah, if you do a 360, it will not rotate 360. But still, I think this is the cleanest movement. Moving it this way. You could also rotate it a little bit. You could rotate it 180. You could flip the door completely bizarre. Like, you could create some interesting motions with this, and you can also create some interesting animation things with this. So, let's go ahead and rotate it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and tilt it and see what it looks like. So, as you see, we should be able to tilt it. Yes, it tilted. But if you also wanted to add a frame to it, I recommend you add like places for it to go outward. People love to have these holes. So if it's going to be going up, have a hole at the top of it. if it's going to go to the side, have a hole on the side of your frame. And also add doorknobs like this. Now, if you're wondering how you make that doorknob, well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to go over here and let's check out how I made that doorknob. Oops. As you see, inside, this is where I put it. As you see, I have the door. The door is the moving part, so this is the moving door part. It's completely separated from the frame. Recognize that the door frame's down here and not inside the door. If it was inside here, it would completely ruin the script and make it so it wouldn't work right. I also have the, this is the doorknob. Right here is the doorknob. The doorknob is also completely separated from the door. Keep that in mind. So every moving part has to be separated from each other. Every part has to be separated. That is very important in site scripting. So we go over here, we have the doorknob. As you see, we have the beginning of the door, and then we have the other one. It's just rotating itself. It's rotating itself, as you see, whenever the player enters the radius near the door. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah. And that's basically it. That's how I did the doorknob. I just made it rotate using the same scripts. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried my hardest on it, and I really love this script. This script fascinates me more than the past script. I think this script can create much cooler doors than the other one, just because of the fact that the doorknobs, you create some cool things with it. Yeah, I really love this script. Thank you, Retro Man. Wow. This script is amazing. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe, and goodbye.